Good morning, my friends. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Woo, I'm being blown away. No, the hurricane's over. We're safe. And for everyone who contacted me, I wanted to say thank you. Not only do we have Hurricane Helene a little over 2 weeks ago, and we were lucky enough that it didn't hit us directly, and we had a lot of I think they said we had about sustained winds of in the around 50, and then with gust about 70. With Hurricane Milton, we had sustained winds in the very high 50s, and for a longer period. Excuse me, I'm trying to get comfortable here. A higher period of time, and also gust up to 90. So our destruction was that we lost a lot of branches and leaves and what have you from our trees. You go out there and you look after it's over and you go, well, that isn't that bad. And then you start cleaning up and you go, gee, okay, we lost this, lost that. And then the day after, more falls out of trees. Then the day after, more falls out of trees. So we've done it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and each day I've had to clean up. Excuse me, just 1 minute. I think because of all the dust and everything that's being blown out of the trees, we're all walking around going, am I catching a cold? I'm not sure if I am or not. But anyway, we found a leak in our attic, so we're a little concerned about that. We're a lot concerned about that. A new roof would probably be about $25,000, so that's of great concern. And even though here in Florida we all have insurance, at least anybody who can, if you have a home older than 15 years old, ours is 17, insurance companies either won't cover you at all. They'll insure you, but they won't insure your roof. Gee. Or they will knock down a percentage. So at 17 years, I think our roof, even if it was totally blown off, we would only get 85% of the recovery, to rebuild it. So that's always the concern. So that's weighing on my head. But what are we here for? Well, we're here for the last 11 weeks. I have it here somewhere. This is week 41. And so we have 11 weeks left in the year. And our purpose is to take 2,000 pounds from all of our household things, as well as if somebody donates their cardboard to me, or my neighbor brings down his grass clippings, and of course that's outside, but still things that would just go to the landfill. Our community, Orange County, is getting a little better on, they have a Wednesday pickup, and it's all of your garden trash, all of your landscape trash, and but you have, I personally, if I have things that are mealy bugs, or I've gotten white fly or whatever, I put that in a trash bag and seal it, and then when they stop and they pick it up, they open the bag and they throw that into the compactor, and then they retain the bags. And the bags, at least I don't know what they're doing with them. There's a lot of, I hope they're doing this, but I don't ride along with them at the end, so I don't know. But any of those mealy bugs, any of those bugs, it all goes into the compactor. I don't know what they do with it at the other end. People say, oh, well, you can get municipality compost waste. I'm like, gee, do they know what they're doing? I know what I'm doing. So that's how I'm taking control of it. So anyway, I just real quick, We will do our vegetable fruit peels. If you do put them into the compost, take those little stickers off. Those are avocado seeds. They can either be put into your compost whole, the others are chopped in half. You can take them and chop them up, pour some very hot water over it like you're making tea, and that's just what you're doing. You're making avocado tea. Add a little sweetener to it, and you have a really lovely, healthy drink. I save all of my cardboard, my paper towel rolls, toilet paper rolls. If the holidays are coming, wrapping paper comes on rolls. Excuse me, it is still very early, and we lost a lot of sleep over the hurricane and over the roof, so forgive me. That, and I really do feel like I'm coming down with something. Anyway, I shred my paper. I save any metal cans. Usually come with a wrapper. Your wrappers can be recycled. Your cereal boxes. If you have things that you don't want to have a smell in your trash can, put them in the insert bag. Stick it in your freezer. That way when you take your trash out, you have this nice clean bag and you're putting that in the trash. When I walk in the morning, I can tell people who have put their stuff out in the trash for the week. You know, like, oh gee, you know, we have pickup on Tuesday mornings, and you know, Thursday they had tuna fish for lunch or something, and the cans and everything are in there, and you think, ooh, that smells a little bad. And the killer is on Thanksgiving, Thursday night, people who put all this garbage out, and then it's not picked up until Tuesday. It just, it's a little much. Anyway, the other thing, any of your pasta, whether you've cooked it, if you've cooked it and you're getting rid of it, well then that's a no-brainer. I mean, that can go right into your compost, or that can go into your worms if you're raising worms. Your breads, anything left over. I'm hanging onto this loaf of bread. It is incredible. This was the sell by July, first part of July. This is over 3 months old, and I'm still looking at it, and I don't see any mold on it. And I think, I was eating this every day. How many chemicals was I putting in my body that, of course, then again, maybe I wouldn't mold either. But, you know, I'm sure this is Publix finest, 5 grain, and I'm sure if it's out for a week, it would have mold in it, because it's only, you know, 5 grain and the flour and what have you. So all those different things. I save my corks. I save the popsicle sticks. When we vacuum, we save that. When we sweep up, we save that. I did tell you grass clippings, any flowers. You know, do you have flowers in your yard? Do you have branches that come down? Your trimmings. Sometimes they call it chop and drop. And if you have a section of your yard that maybe isn't as presentable, I don't want to say it that way, viewed. You know, people walk by and they see a nice view. Well, don't throw your trimmings right in front, but put it behind the shrubs. Make a furrow. You know, composting is not a hard thing to do, and it can be quite rewarding. And also, if you're deciding to do kind of like a challenge of any sort, you know, it's really kind of fun to bring other people into it. And I'm not the person who's going to walk up and down the street and say, "Save for me, save for me, save for me." And you know, in one sense, you don't want to do it, because if you have somebody from the HOA, Homeowners Association, they see that you're doing that, they're going to keep a little more watchful eye that you're not doing anything against the rules. We don't want to do anything against the rules. But one by one, you start to find the people who say, "Oh, that's so cool. Sure, I'll save that for you." So my friend Brian, we were talking yesterday, and he had brought grass clippings, and I wasn't expecting them because of the hurricane. I mean, it really did. Hurricanes here, and this one went right overhead. It'll knock you for a loop. And the first thing everyone here does is, they go up in their attic, and they see, and they start to look at the shingles on the roof, and they look at the gutters, and they look at the soffits, and if you didn't get hit directly and you didn't have a storm surge, we look to see for damage. You look at your windows to see if anything was cracked. You look to see if a tree fell in your pool or your porch, or broke a part of your roof. And then you get to the little stuff, and that sort of thing. But anyway, I was surprised he cut his grass, and he was walking by, he walks his dog, and I didn't think he would be interested, but this year what I've done is I will either yell over to him as he's going by, or I will text a little message, and I tell him how much poundage he brought me. It brings him in to the fold. It brings him into the contest. And so when he came over, I said to him, "It's 32 pounds. He said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, last week was 28. He says, "Oh, I thought last week was heavier." I said, No, this week was heavier." He says, "Must have been all the twigs I put in there for you." I said, "Yeah, thanks a lot for those." But Rick was able to mow over them and break them down. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "What's your goal?" He's interested. I said, 2,000 pounds. He says, "What do you have now?" And I said, "Well, I'm up to 1,500 and change." "Oh, okay." I said, "Yeah, and I have 11 weeks left to do it." It creates an interest. If you just say to people, recycle, save, you do it. But if people are helping you do something, they feel better about themselves. Later on in the afternoon, I shut things down. I did my paperwork here, and I was on the phone in the front, and I saw someone go by the windows, and I thought, "Oh, do you wonder who that is?" And Rick went out. Well, it was Brian. He was bringing me a load of cardboard, because I had said to him, "Yeah," I said, "I really appreciate your grass clippings, and especially your cardboard." He said, "Oh, cardboard, I'll have to look around." And he said, "I'm planning on cleaning out the garage today. Let me see what I can find." So that would have gone into the trash. He would have broken that down. I don't think he takes time to do that. That would have gone into bulk trash that literally gets sent to the landfill. So that really is being saved. Some people put that in their recycling, and I think, okay, well, that's recycling, and that'll go to the right spot. But if you are not willing to break them down so that it fits into a particular trash bin, and you say, "Oh, that is such a hassle," and then Wednesdays, we know that we do lawn trash, and then they have a big truck that goes around. People will put out chairs and couches and computer tables, because they don't have the ability, or they don't think about calling someone to come and pick it up. So I do feel better whenever he does something like that, and I think, oh, I'm saving the world. You know? So with all that, I'm sorry it took so long to say all that. Uh, this week we got, and remember, I was going to be gone on vacation this week, so I didn't expect. I expected to be doing this from our hotel room in Williamsburg, Virginia, and say thank you, everybody. We are having a wonderful time, but I got 0 for the week. Well, Hurricane Milton came along and said, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay home and protect your house, which we did. And realized there was a leak in the attic. We might not have known that. And we wouldn't have prepared. We were leaving on Monday, and we would have just brought in a few things, and I'm sure there would have been a heck of a lot more damage. But thank you, Lord. It was only, whatever it's going to be. Anyway, it was 69 pounds, 12.4 ounces. That's a lot. That's one of the top weeks that we had. And we were at 1,584, so with the addition, it brought it to 1,654 pounds, 1.3 ounces, so 654. So we still have to get 346 pounds in 11 weeks. So we're getting close. I'm not taking my eye off the target quite yet, because I'm thinking that probably in another, week or two, Brian will, either his numbers will go way down. Ours certainly have. I mean, we were only getting 7 or so pounds. Rick didn't cut the grass. Did he cut the grass this week? I'm not sure. Anyway, it was something like a pound and a half. And so, you don't make your goals with that little. And our grass is all but stopped. And with the hurricane, the winds that we had, the grass in the backyard, everything that fell on it, it looks terrible. I mean, it's embarrassing. Thank God it's the backyard. It's just down to dirt. And the amount of sand that blew in, it just beat it down. And it is what it is. Anyway, we're safe, we're sound. Thank you, everyone. Seriously, I really appreciate this. And now that I'm monetized, I really appreciate the people who say, well, yeah, I stayed for the ads. I didn't realize how important this all would be. But I do appreciate those who support my channel, especially give me a thumbs up and interact, leave me a message. I always enjoy that. I try to reciprocate as best I can. Sometimes I'll miss something, or the algorithm doesn't show that you've put something out. But I do try to, as I get something, I do try to look up your channel and make sure that I've watched your stuff. So I hope everybody has a great day. This is Sunday the 13th of October, and fall is here in Florida. As a matter of fact, we have the porch, the back porch is open, so that's just lovely. I hope you'll stick around. I did something with my sweet potatoes, and I'm so happy that I did it, because it turned out delicious. And I'll make a short one and show you that. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, garden what you've got. Come back and see me real soon, because I'll be here. Bye-bye.